Authors House.
Hello, I'm Dr. Larry Carnes, and welcome to Books of the Month. We're so excited to have you with us, and we have a very special guest with us. We're going to be talking to Titus today, and he has a book that is so powerful, Born with a Vision. Titus, how are you, man?
I am grateful to be here. I'm thankful to be here. I'm excited to be here, and I'm humble. And it is a great time to have this message out there for our audience.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. Do this for us. Take the time, about 60 seconds or so, to introduce yourself to our viewing audience. Let them know who Titus is. Look right there and do that.
Good evening to everybody. My name is Titus Ngateh. Sometimes when it comes to uh, representing yourself and saying where you're from or who you are, there are many things that goes into that process. But just to let you know, I'm from a humble background. I was born in Liberia, raised there for a while. I had two wonderful parents who were believers, and they did all they could do to set up the foundation that I'm building on now. So, just to tell you a little bit more, I'm a friendly person, I'm a loving person, I'm an outgoing person, but I believe that I'm a person with a vision. And so I'm here also to share this vision with my audience. Thank you.
Excellent. Now, this book, Born with a Vision. Let's talk about this. Here's something that's so very powerful. It says, sometimes the road leading to one's destiny can be challenging. It may become the battle of life, but how one wins, it depends on who is on the journey with you. Those who answer to the call are the ones who will be calling others. What will you do? That's a powerful question. Then you say this, Born with a Vision is an inspiring story of a young man's struggle to beat the odds following the sudden death of his father and the determination to leave the tragic past behind. That's powerful, man. Talk to us about that.
Thank you very much. Just to mention about that particular area that you just talked about.
Yeah.
Given my upbringing, coming from a family that was that's very unique, a loving family, and they had everything put in place to make sure that we were brought up in a way that we respect people, know that God is first, and then always know that you are here to serve.
Okay.
So, with the early death of my father, it became very challenging to take care of 5 children. So, I had a widow mother. Sometimes it was very difficult to even get food to eat.
Yeah.
So, you tell me, what about how do you go to school? Where do you earn the means to make a living?
Yeah.
But then, how did that happen? And where am I right now? It took the mercy of God, it took His blessings, it took His vision, His love to transcend those boundaries and to find myself in the United States today and being able to produce this kind of work.
Yeah.
It is not of my own doing. It is because of His grace. And I believed in the giver of the gift.
Okay.
And then I believe in the gift that He gives me.
So when you're talking about that, you're talking about navigating the journey and the challenges that come with life and those life experiences. Mother widowed, father dies. There you all are with all the children that need to be supported. Now you say born with a vision because you spoke about how your parents instilled certain principles and values in you.
Correct.
So now when you're navigating that journey, you say something here. Titus was left with a mother and little option of survival. He ventured into the world at an early age to find opportunities. He was innocent but strived to understand his surroundings and desired to get an education. Talk to us about that.
Thank you. One of the things I want to say again is that, to just buttress on what you said, the thing about this work, when I started to think of writing this book, it was something that I could not resist. There was this urge, it's like the spirit kept nagging me that I had to do this work. I had to sit down and put this work together. But within that time frame, the enemy couldn't give me any time to even rest, to be stable one place, to even get the work done. So in that process, it was difficult. The place that I went to get this work done, when I got there, someone told me that, Titus, you do not belong here.
Okay, so now talk to me about the challenges, though. Okay, you wrote the book,
Mhm.
you have the book done. So in the book, you capture the things that you had to go through
Mhm.
as you're walking in the manifestation of the vision that you're born with.
Mhm.
What were some of the things? For instance, life with your parents. Speak to us about that.
Thank you. Life with my parents was a very beautiful time together because they were a loving family. They were a family that put others first.
Okay.
So in our homes, it's like my parents are very strict.
Okay.
That is, if you were our
Yes, sir.
guest, you were treated like the first person. We had, even though despite not having enough food to eat, we had a bowl for strangers
Yeah.
in our homes. So once that person comes, we may not know who that person is, but once you enter that premises, my mother will serve you and give you that food when we barely had enough to eat. Those
Okay.
challenges,
So your parents instilled within the family servant's hearts, servant spirits
thank you.
to consider others ahead of yourself.
Thank you.
So those, because that foundation was set, you find yourself living that today.
Thank you.
Very, very powerful.
Thank
Talk to us about the Civil War, man. That's powerful. So the Civil War that you had to endure and live through.
Well, again, if you were to ask me if that's the route that I chose, I would say no. Was that the
Right.
route that the nation chose? I would say no. But I could not really tell how it was happening because I was about 11 to 12 years
Yeah.
old. Finding yourself in that kind of environment, it became very hostile. There were days and nights I couldn't sleep because of the nightmare. Even though I didn't have to participate in the war physically, not carry arms, but I felt the pain that everybody was feeling, the
Wow.
loneliness, the traveling for days and nights without food. I cannot really tell you how I survived because I walked until my feet was swollen at some point in time. Days without food, not barely having enough water to drink.
Yeah.
So if you look at what God did, taking me from over there, I'm not better than the rest of the people.
Right.
Some people didn't survive the Civil War.
Okay.
We lost family members and friends and loved ones.
So now here it is. Now you talk about navigating this journey. This is very powerful.
Mhm.
And so what we want our viewing audience and those who are watching to do, we want them to get some of these nuggets because you're sharing some very important life nuggets of how in the midst of struggle, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of things, you have the ability to persevere. And you talk about your faith in God, what your parents instilled in you. So now, although you didn't physically fight in the war, because of the things that were taking place, you had to live through that war. As a young kid, you're having to live through that. You talk about your feet being swollen, all the walking. What was it like on a daily basis to have to endure that? And how did you overcome it?
Thank you. Again, I would say that the foundation was already set up by my parents.
Yeah.
And what that means, what I'm trying to say is that I had something to take with me, even though I was at that age, but I was already taught that I can depend on the one who gives me life, that
Yeah,
he's going to
man.
take me through no matter what. So it was all that I had with me. And what does that mean? That means that was God's love. That's the only love that I had to know that I needed to pray when times were difficult, when times were good, when they were not good, when there were those in-between moments,
Yeah.
those sad moments when you have no one to lean on. No parents around, no brother, no sister. You're just wandering. So it's like I was a wandering child. But God had me in that place for a reason. He wanted me to tell the story that you and I are sharing here today.
Okay.
And now you're part of this vision. And this vision is what we're trying to promote so that other people can know that they have something to offer the world. It doesn't matter where you're from.
Bingo. That's powerful.
Thank you.
You just spoke volumes. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter the situation or the circumstances that you had to endure. You have something in you to offer. You know, I'm reminded as you speak here, as we get ready to talk about the border crossing in Guinea, in spite of the challenges, the vicissitudes of life, you knew that you had something to offer. Okay, so now let's talk about this border crossing.
Well, the border crossing, it was the same situation we are talking about when we mentioned destiny.
We got 4.5 minutes left.
I did not know what God was doing. I just knew that I was separated from my parents. My father died at an early age.
Yeah.
My mother, I saw the struggles that she had to go through, but my mother was a very strong believer.
Okay.
This woman has so much faith that when she got a message from the Spirit that God was leading her somewhere, she would just tell us, pack your stuff. Whether we have food, transportation, or nothing, we were on that journey.
So what about the border crossing?
And then the border crossing was when we left Liberia, trying to cross into Guinea just to survive the Civil War.
Wow.
First to Sierra Leone, and then we got pushed out of Sierra Leone and then into Guinea. It wasn't easy being around the border for days and nights, wondering if we were going to cross over the borders to Guinea. I saw things I didn't want to see.
Yeah.
Young people lose their lives.
Powerful. Who is this girl?
Angeline, a woman that I will always remember, a very pleasant, beautiful young lady. I never knew what it was going to be like. But the moment we set eyes on each other, it's like it was just love at first sight.
Wow. Wow. Powerful, powerful. Now, let's get this because our time is getting away from us. The Lord made a way. Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take 60 seconds, and look right here and tell our viewing audience how the Lord made a way for Titus doing all of this.
Thank you. To you, my audience, I just want to let you know that the Lord made a way in so many different instances. I cannot tell you everything, how it works, how it was, but one thing I do know is that He took me from nowhere to somewhere to be a voice that will share the good news of what He can do in anybody, regardless of who you are. I wasn't born thinking I was going to write a book, but I felt that spirit, that gift, that nagging, everything that Titus, you have a purpose. You are here to give a message. Your parents has built this foundation. So you are now operating on this foundation. Your destiny is one of the most important things that you have to accomplish in this world. If you do not accomplish that, ask yourself, what are you losing? And the only way you can accomplish your destiny, you need a vision. And that vision, it has to be a God-like vision. Because without you having that vision, how will you get to your destiny?
Wow, that's good. Now, let's do this. Take the time. I want you to sit. That's going to fall, so you might want to sit down. Okay, so take the time now. This is what I need you to do. Share with our viewing audience. If you have a website, you got 45 seconds. Website, contact information, anything like that. How can they get in touch with Titus? And you know, if you're available to speak or do anything like that.
Okay.
Look right here and share that.
Yeah, okay. To reach me is very easy. My email address is statuslovetrue@yahoo.com.
Give them that again.
statuslovetrue@yahoo.com. Just in case if you want to get in contact with me, my contact number is also 470-458-8881. You can't miss that. I will be waiting for you. If you need to order the book, check the website, Author Press, and all the wonderful people that believe in this vision. Because someone once said that having the right vision in the right environment with the right people, that vision will thrive. So because of Author Press and because of God and Author Press and all the people that supported me on this journey, my uncles, my nephews, family members, I wish you guys the best and friends. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. It's been a pleasure having you. You know, time flies when you're having fun. And we want our viewing audience to make sure that you go out and get this book, because you're going to get some nuggets in this book that will show you how to persevere during adversities, how to persevere when the challenges of life, the vicissitudes of life are facing you, how to persevere when, as Titus shared, you can't depend upon anyone but God. We want you to remember to always trust and believe in the vision, because the vision is there, and the vision is there to inspire you. Titus, we thank you so much for being with us, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And, I had a great time being here, and
Excellent.
I wish you guys the best.
Dr. Larry Carnes, thank you for joining us right here for Books of the Month.